the title of the work is really this notion of kin and kinship between human and non-human. I wanted to get close to indigenous ways of seeing. I decided to kind of go back to my own ancestry, and my grandfather, he's from the Andean region in Colombia, which is the Muisca indigenous community. And in that journey, I realized, or I was searching for words, indigenous words, Muisca indigenous words, and I found the word wake. And wake means kin, companion, friend, brother, sibling. And so for me, it was this perfect word that spoke about this notion of standing with. In the Anthropocene, in this sort of era of human responsibility, how do we learn to stand with? Wake being centered around the Anthropocene was really the sort of proposition that came from Ed Burtynsky's work. The Anthropocene being the sort of era, the epoch that we're at in currently as a humanity, an era where we are realizing the impact of humanity on the land, on the earth. The scale at which we operate as a species is having a massive impact on the world we live in, on the ecology, the ecosystem. And so this really is what encompasses the Anthropocene. In working with the nude body, or a partial nude body, it was really important for us to kind of show and express this sort of rawness of the body in a vulnerable state, the body in a state that allows itself, that shares its vulnerability with the audience, and at the same time that levels itself at the equal playing field as the ecology that we come from. These artists are artists who are extremely different. You will really see a sort of diversity of humans on stage, and some of the things we're really working with is trying to find a sort of body that is both vulnerable and athletic. So they're dancers who were trained in contemporary and ballet, but at the same time we're trying to deconstruct those techniques to get to something that feels even more authentic and human. So it's a work where these humans are really, I would say, they're viscerally invested, they're personally invested, their brains are invested, and at the same time, the body is in a language that is extremely visceral, extremely graphic, but at the same time, very athletic. I think in order for us to ask ourselves questions about the Anthropocene, about who we are as humans, about who we are as a community, it was important to depersonalize or desocialize this human and kind of return or come back to our simplest form, returning to our own humanness, returning to something that we all share, and returning to a sort of decentering and kind of being one with the landscapes that we come from.